from Thili Kannada grade 7. The name of this lesson is Kolala Jogi and it is written by Panje Mangesharaya. Kolalu means flute and Jogi means a hermit or a monk who doesn't really is attached to any worldly pleasures. So now let's look at the lesson. ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲಿಯೂರು ಎಂಬ ಊರು ಇತ್ತು. So there was one village called as ಇಲಿಯೂರು. ಕೆಲವು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಇಲಿಗಳ ಕಾಟ ಬಹಳ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಯಿತು. So a few years back that whole village was troubled by a lot of rats there. ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತುಪ್ಪ, ಬೆಣ್ಣೆ, ಮೊಸರನ್ನು ನೆಲವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟರು. ಇಲಿಗಳು ಸಾಲು ಸಾಲಾಗಿ ಇಳಿದು ಬಂದು ಅವನ್ನು ತಿಂದು ಬಿಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದವು. So in the kitchen, ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮನೆ means in the kitchen, they had kept, the people would have kept ghee. Tuppa is ghee, benne is butter, mosaru is curd. So they will hang it from the roof in ropes. They will place them in pots and hang it with ropes from the roof. Even then, the rats would go in a line and they will eat away all of it. ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಳಿತರೆ ಒಂದು ತುತ್ತನ್ನು ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಎತ್ತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಕೈ ಹಾಕುವಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಟ್ಟಲು ಬರಿದಾಗುತ್ತಿತ್ತು. And young children, when they are eating, when they take one bite of the food and put it in their mouth, and by the time they go to take the second bite, the whole bowl is empty. The rats would have eaten it. ಪಲ್ಯ ಬಡಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ ಅಡಿಗೆಯವನು ಅನ್ನದ ಪಾತ್ರೆಯನ್ನು ತರುವಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನದ ಪಾತ್ರೆಗೆ ಇಲಿಗಳು ಮುತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡು ಅರೆವಾಸಿ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನು ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದವು. So when the cook, he comes and serves, when he serves the people at home, like first he will serve some vegetable and he will go back to the kitchen to get the vessel of rice. But by the time he serves the vegetables and goes back to get rice, the rats would have crowded around that vessel and almost half the vessel they would have finished. ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಳು ಹಾಸಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಸಿ ಮಲಗುವ ಕೋಣೆಯ ಬಾಗಿಲನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದನು. So this was happening in few houses. This is the author is telling all the kind of trouble that the rats were giving. So that was one where they would finish off all the food kept in the pots which were hanging from the ceiling. Then they would eat away the food from the child's bowl, and by the time the cook serves food and goes back to the kitchen to get some more, the rats would have finished half of it. That was happening in few houses. Then this is some more incidences. So the servant, he would put the mattress and make the room ready for his master to sleep. So he will arrange the mattress, he will close the door and he will go out to call the master and tell him that his room is ready to sleep. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮನೆಯವರು ಬರುವಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲಿಗಳು ಹಾಸಿಗೆಯ ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ಕಡಿದು ಅದರೊಳಗಿನ ಹತ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೋಣೆಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಚದರಿ ಬಿಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದವು. So by the time he just goes, calls his master and comes back, the rats would have eaten all the cloth which is on the mattress, the cloth which is above the mattress. They would cut it with their tooth and they would pull out all the cotton which is inside the mattress and it will be strewn all around the room. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮನೆಯವರು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದ ಉತ್ಸವವನ್ನು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಶ್ಚಯಿಸಿದರು. So in another house the people decided to go to the temple fest. ಪೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆಯೊಳಗಿನ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಜರಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದೊಂದನೆ ಧರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳತೊಡಗಿದರು. So they took out all their expensive clothes like silk clothes and clothes made out of golden thread. The expensive clothes are always kept inside a box. So they would open the box and take out all those clothes, and by the time they start wearing one by one all the clothes, by then what happens? ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲಿಗಳು ಉಳಿದ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿ ಚೂರು ಚೂರಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದವು. So by the time they start wearing one by one all the clothes, the rats would have cut the clothes into pieces and thrown them around. ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗಿದವರ ಕೈಕಾಲುಗಳ ಚರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇಲಿಗಳು ಹರಿತವಾದ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳಿಂದ ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿ ಬಿಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದವು. And not only this, when people are sleeping in the night with a sharp tooth, they would cut away the skin of the people from their hands and legs. ಇಲಿಗಳು ಮಾಡಿನ ಗಳಗಳನ್ನು ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿದರಿಂದ ಮಾಡುಗಳು ಈಗಲೇ ತಲೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಳಚಿ ಬೀಳುತ್ತವೋ ಎಂಬಂತೆ ಜೋಲುತ್ತಿದ್ದವು. ಮಾಡಿನ ಗಲಗಳು means the ceiling. So in olden days the ceiling, it will be supported with bamboo sticks. Okay, before they put mud and build it, they'll first put bamboo sticks and make a strong support. So these rats have gone and eaten away those bamboo sticks also. So what happened? The ceiling has become weak and people used to worry where that ceiling might fall on their head. They used to be so much worried. ಕಿಟಕಿ ಬಾಗಿಲುಗಳ ಕದಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಹಲಗೆಗಳು ಬಲೆಗಳಂತೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತಿದ್ದವು. So they would also go and drill holes into the doors of windows and main doors. The house has main entry door. They would have gone and drilled holes into it. So even those doors had become weak. It was just like a frame that was there because they had eaten away most of the wood. ಈ ಇಲಿಗಳನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕೆಂದು ಊರಿನವರು ಜೋನುಗಳನ್ನು ತರಿಸಿದರು. So the villagers, they thought that they have to get rid of these rats and catch them. So they bought traps, the rat traps. Jonu means not Jonu, sorry, Bonu. Bonu means traps. ಆ ಬೋನುಗಳ ಬಿಲ್ಲಿನ ಸರಿಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲಿಗಳು ಕಡಿದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದವು. So those traps, they will have very thin metal bars placed next to each other, so that once the rat gets in and it gets trapped into that trap, it cannot come out. So those rats they even have bitten those metal bars from the traps and come out. ಬೆಕ್ಕು ನಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನು ಜನರು ಸಾಕಿದರು. So people started to raise dogs and cats. ಆದರೆ ಇಲಿಗಳು ಬೆಕ್ಕು ನಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಿಗದೆ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದವು. But somehow they would escape. They would the dogs or the cats would never be able to catch the rats because the rats will somehow escape from them and run away. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟರು. And like this, there were so many incidences where the people had to undergo so much of difficulties because of these rats. ಕಡೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಊರಿನ ಜನರೆಲ್ಲ ಆ ಊರಿನ ಗೌಡನ ಚಾವಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಭೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ದರು. So finally all the villagers, they assembled at the village head at his house, like in his meeting place. ಬಹಳ ಹೊತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಅವಾಂತರದಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿಸುವವರಿಗೆ 200 ರೂಪಾಯಿಯ ಚಿನ್ನದ ಕಡಗವನ್ನು ಇನಾಮು ಕೊಡುವುದಾಗಿ ಗೌಡನು ಹೇಳಿದನು. So all of them assembled and they discussed and they kept thinking and kept discussing amongst themselves, and finally they decided that whoever relieves them of this trouble and chaos caused by the rat, they would give a golden bracelet as a prize, which was worth 200 rupees. So this is what finally they decide, and this is what the announcement the head of the village makes. Ellaru ಆದೀತೆಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿದರು, and all the villagers also agreed. They agreed that they will all collect 200 rupees and give a prize as a golden bracelet. ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜೋಗಿ ಬಂದನು. So when during this time when they were all together in a meeting and deciding what to do, there was a jogi. Jogi is a hermit or a monk who doesn't really care about worldly pleasures. So he's just there. ಅವನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದೇ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವವನಲ್ಲ. So he is like a nomad. He wouldn't stay in one place. He would keep moving around. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಮಾರು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. He did not have a house or a family. ಹಗಲೆಲ್ಲ ತಿರುಪೆ ಎತ್ತುವನು. So during the day he would beg for food or money, he would beg. ಒಂದು ಮರದ ನೆಳಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇಯಿಸಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡುವನು. Then after he collected some rice, he would sit under the shade of a tree and he would boil some rice and eat it. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಯಾದೊಡನೆ ಮರದ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಬಿದ್ದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವನು. And during the night under the tree itself he will go to sleep. ಬೆಳಕು ಹರಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಹೊರಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವನು. And when it is morning, when there is sunlight coming in, he will get up and he will go to the next village. ಅವನ ಮೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. He was not even wearing any clothes. ಉಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅರಿವೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. He did not have clothes. That's why there was no clothes on his body. ಒಂದು ಹುಲಿಯ ತೊಗಲನ್ನು ಸೊಂಟೆಗೆ ಸುತ್ತಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದನು. So he would just tie the skin of a tiger around his waist or hip. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಗಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊದ್ದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದನು. And the other one, another skin of the tiger, he would just wrap around his shoulders. ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹಾಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದನು. And in the night he would use that itself as a blanket. ಅವನ ಬಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದಿರಿನ ಒಂದು ಕೊಳಲು ಇತ್ತು. So he only had a flute made of cane. ಅದನ್ನು ಬಾರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಅವನು ಮನೆ ತಿರುಗುವನು. So he would play the flute and go around houses and beg. ಅದರ ಸ್ವರವನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದವರು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಡದೇ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. So when people heard the music out of his flute, they would definitely give him something. They would donate something definitely to him. ಈ ಕೊಳಲ ಜೋಗಿಯು ಗೌಡನ ಚಾವಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡಿದವರನ್ನು ಕಂಡನು. So he saw all the people that had assembled at the village head's house. ಅವರ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ತಾನು ಈ ಇಲಿಗಳ ಕಾಟವನ್ನು ತಪ್ಪಿಸುವೆನೆಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಂಡನು. So he agreed. He said, I am ready to get rid of all the rats. ಅವನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಮೊದಲು ನಂಬಲಿಲ್ಲ. Nobody believed him. Okay, because he looked like a beggar and he didn't have anything with him. So people thought, what can he do? How can he really do this job? And they did not believe him. ಅವನು ಒಂದು ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಕೊಳಲನ್ನು ಬಾರಿಸಲು ತೊಡಗಿದನು. So in a very strange kind of music, he started to play his flute. ಯಾರು ಆ ರಾಗವನ್ನು ಅದುವರೆಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. Nobody had heard that kind of a music, that kind of a tune. ಆದರೆ ಅವನು ಬಾರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲಿಗಳು 1, 2, 10, 20, 50, 100, 1000, ಲಕ್ಷ ಹೀಗೆ ಸಾಲು ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅವನ ಸುತ್ತು ಬಂದು ಸೇರಿದವು. But as he started playing his flute, all the rats started coming out. First it was 1, then it was 2, then 10, then 20, then 50, 100, 1000 and lakhs. All of the rats came and they surrounded around him. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡತೊಡಗಿದವು and they started to dance. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ಗೌಡನ ಅಂಗಳದಿಂದ ಬೀದಿಗೆ ಇಳಿದನು. So he moved away from the place. All of them had assembled. Remember, they had all assembled at the village head's house. So from the courtyard of the village head, slowly he came outside to the streets. ಅವನ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಸ್ವರವನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ನೆರೆಮನೆಯ ಇಲಿಗಳೂ ಬಂದು ಸೇರಿದವು. So more rats. Okay, as he was playing the flute, some more rats from the neighborhood also came. ಹೀಗೆ ಬೀದಿಯ ಉದ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ಅವನು ಹೋಗುವಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಊರಿನ ಇಲಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲಾ ಬೀದಿಗೆ ಇಳಿದಿದ್ದವು. So like this, all the rats, the entire rats, they all came on the streets behind him. ಮನೆ ಮಾಡುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಗೋಡೆ ಸಂದುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಜಗಲಿಯ ಬಿಲಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಕತ್ತಲಾದ ಕೋಣೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಳೆ ಮರಗಳ ಪೊಟರೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಇಲಿಯಾದರೂ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಲಿಲ್ಲ. So from wherever the rats were hiding, from the corners of the wall, ಗೋಡೆಯ ಸಂದುಗಳು means corners of the wall, ಜಗಲಿಯ ಬಿಲಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. So usually If you see the houses in the village, they'll have a small platform in front of the house where people can sit and talk. So from that platform, they had drilled holes and they were living inside. So from there they came out. Kattalada konegalalli means from dark rooms. They were hidden in dark rooms. From there they came out. Hale maragala potaregalalli, from the burrows which they had dug in old trees. From there. ಇರುವ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಇಲಿಯಾದರೂ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಒನ್ rat was left behind. Everything started coming out. ಬೀದಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಲಿಗಳು ಇದ್ದು ಸೂಜಿ ಮೊನೆಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಥಳ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. So they had filled the streets so much that even a tip of a needle had no space there. So imagine how the rats had all crowded on the streets. Even the tip of a needle also there was no space. ಜೋಗಿ ಕೊಳಲನ್ನು ಬಾರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಊರಿನ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋದನು. So this monk, he kept playing the flute and he went outside the village. ಊರ ಜನರು ನೋಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಅವನನ್ನು ಹಿಂಬಾಲಿಸಿದವು. And the people were all watching and they saw that the rats were following him. ಕಡೆಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಹಳ್ಳದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋದನು. So finally at a little distance there was a stream or a river and he went towards that. ಆಗಲೂ ಆ ಇಲಿಗಳ ಗುಂಪು ಅವನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಂತು. Even then the rats followed him. The crowd of rats followed him. ಕೊಳಲನ್ನು ಬಾರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಅವನು ಹಳ್ಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಳಿದನು. And he kept playing his flute and he got inside that stream or the river. ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಸ್ವರದಿಂದ ಮಂಕಾದ ಇಲಿಗಳು ನೀರಿಗೆ ಇಳಿದವು. And the rats, they were so mesmerized with that sound that they did not even realize where they were going. They had become so dull in thinking. And they also got into the water. ಧಾರಾಳವಾಗಿ ತಿಂದು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಬೆಳೆದ ಇಲಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಈಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. So these rats, they had eaten so much and they had become so fat that they could not swim. ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಳುಗಿ ಸತ್ತು ಹೋದವು. So they all drowned in water finally and they died. ಕೊಳಲ ಜೋಗಿಯು ಹಳ್ಳದಿಂದ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಊರಿನ ಕಡೆಗೆ ತಿರುಗಿದನು. So finally he got out of the stream and he started walking again towards the village. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂತೆ ಮೈದಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಊರ ಜನರು, ಹೆಂಗಸರು, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸಮೇತ ಜೋಗಿಯ ಈ ಆಟವನ್ನು ನೋಡಲು ಕೂಡಿದ್ದರು. So there was a huge ground where they would usually have their market. Okay, so that ground where usually it's a marketplace. Sometimes once in a week they will have a marketplace in that ground. So all the people had collected in that ground to watch what this monk was doing. ಗೌಡನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದನು. And the head of the village, he was standing there at a distance. ಜೋಗಿಯು ಅವನ ಬಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದು, ಒಡೆಯ, ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ತೀರಿತು, ನನ್ನ ಇನಾಮು ಕೊಡೋಣಾಗಲಿ ಎಂದು ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿದನು. So he comes and he tells him, Master, my work is done. Now give me my price. And he folded his hands and he stood there. ಜೋಗಿಯ ವೇಷವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ ಗೌಡನಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೆಲೆಯ ಇನಾಮನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವ ಮನಸ್ಸಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. So looking at him, he looked like a beggar, right? So looking at him, the village head thought, why should I give him such an expensive price? He did not feel like giving it to him. ಏನಾದರೂ ಉಪಾಯದಿಂದ ಜೋಗಿಗೆ ಬೆದರಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಆಲೋಚಿಸಿ, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ತಿರುಕ ಜೋಗಿ, ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಬರೆ ಇಲ್ಲದವನಿಗೆ 200 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬೆಲೆಯ ಕಡಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಕದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಾರು. So he makes a plan. He doesn't want to give that price to him. And he thinks, I have to threaten him in some way so that I don't have to give him that price. So he tells, you look like a beggar. You are a beggar. And to you, if I give such an expensive bangle or a bracelet, somebody will definitely steal it from you. Ninage yaake adara galate? Why should you have that much of trouble? Why should you get troubled because of that? ನಿನಗೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಂದು ಊಟ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದರೆ ಸಾಲದೆ. So he's saying, see, you don't want any materialistic thing. You just want food. Isn't it enough that we give you one meal? ಹೋಗು, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕಡಗದ ಆಸೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ. ಸೊ ಯು ಗೋ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಸ್ಲೆಟ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಬಚ್ಚಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತುಕೋ, ಮನೆಯವರು ಊಟ ಆದೊಡನೆ ನಿನಗೂ ಒಂದು ಹಿಡಿ ಅನ್ನ ಇಕ್ಕಬಹುದು ಎಂದನು. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಸೇಸ್, ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಯಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಹೌಸ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಹೌಸ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಯು ಅ ಮೀಲ್. ಆಗ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೌಡನು ಆ ಊರಿನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅವನ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಕ್ಕು, ಸೈ ಸೈ, ತಿರುಕನಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾಕು ಎಂದರು. And since he was the head of the village, nobody opposed him. None of the people opposed him. They all said, yeah, whatever you're saying is correct. Why should a beggar get such an expensive bangle or a bracelet? Oh, whatever you're saying is right. So they all agreed to whatever the village head said. ಕೊಳಲ ಜೋಗಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯಸನವಾಯಿತು. And this jogi, he felt very, very sad. ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತನ್ನು ನಡೆಸುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? So he thinks, whatever they had promised, they are not ready to give me. These rich people, whatever they promised, they are not ready to give it to me. ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ಜೋಗಿ ಕೊಳಲನ್ನು ಪುನಃ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟನು. So he says that and he keeps his flute again. He wants to play the flute again. ಈಗ ಕೊಳಲಿನಿಂದ ಹೊರಟ ಸ್ವರವೇ ಬೇರೆಯಾಗಿತ್ತು. And this time the sound that came out of his flute was very, very different. ಅದನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದೊಡನೆ ಜೋಗಿಯನ್ನು ಎಡೆ ಇಕ್ಕದೆ ನೋಡುತ್ತಾ ಸಂತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡಿದ ಜನರು ತಟಸ್ಥರಾದರು. So when they heard that sound, the people, they did not even blink their eyes and they became motionless. They all stood like a stunned, like a statue, okay, where they did not even blink their eyes or did not even make any movement. ಕಡೆಗೆ ಕೊಳಲಿನ ಸ್ವರವು ಹೇಗೆ ಜೋರಾಯಿತೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಮೊದಲು ಊರ ಗೌಡನು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ಜನರು ತಾಳ ಹಾಕಿ ಕುಣಿಯತೊಡಗಿದರು. And then just to the sound or the tune of the music, the people started to dance, including the village head. First the village head and then all the other people started to dance. You can see that in the picture here. All the people are dancing. ಗಂಡಸರು, ಹೆಂಗಸರು, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ತಾಳ ಹಾಕುತ್ತಾ ಸಂತೆಯ ಮೈದಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಣಿಯತೊಡಗಿದರು. So all of them started clapping their hands to the tune of the music from the flute and they started to dance. Okay, in the ground they had all assembled in the ground, so they all started dancing there. ಆಗ ಕೆಲವರು ಹಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ತೊಡಗಿದರು and some people started to sing also. ಸಂತೆ ಮೈದಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಗದ್ದಲವಾಯಿತು. So that entire ground, there was a lot of noise. ಕಡೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಾಡಿ ಹಾಡಿ ಗಂಟಲು ಆರಿತು. Finally everybody, they kept singing and they got a sore throat. Then ಕಾಲುಗಳು ದಣಿದವು. Their legs became very tired because they were singing and dancing together. ಮೈ ಮೇಲಿದ್ದ ಬೆವರು ಸುರಿಯುತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಮೈ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಬೆವರು ಸುರಿಯುತ್ತಿತ್ತು and they started sweating. ಆದರೂ ಕೊಳಲ ಜೋಗಿ ಕೊಳಲು ಬಾರಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ. But he did not stop playing his flute. ಜನರು ಹಾಡುವುದನ್ನು ಕುಣಿಯುವುದನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲಾರದೆ ಹೋದರು. And the people could not stop. They could not stop dancing or singing. They also continued. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಾಲು ಸೋತು ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದವು. Children, their legs became so tired and weak that they couldn't stand anymore and they fell down. ಆದರೂ ಬಿದ್ದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಕೈಗಳಿಂದ ತಾಳ ಹಾಕುವುದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಊರಿನ ಮುಖಂಡರು, ನಿನ್ನ ಕೊಳಲು ಸಾಕು ಮಾಡೋ ಮಹಾರಾಯ. So looking at, but the children, even if they fell down on the ground, but still with their hands they would clap and continue with the tone of the music. Looking at this, the village elders also started saying, enough, stop it, stop what you're doing. ಇನ್ನು ತಾಳ ಹಾಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೈಗಳಿಗೆ ಗುಳ್ಳೆ ಎದ್ದಿದೆ. So they're saying enough. Our hands have, there are boils in our hands because we kept clapping and clapping. We cannot do it anymore. ಕಾಲುಗಳು ಸೋತು ಹೋದವು. Our legs have become so tired. ಎಂದು ಮೊರೆ ಇಟ್ಟರು. ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಊರ ಗೌಡನಿಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವನು ಇನ್ನು ಕುಣಿಯಲಾರದೆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ತಪ್ಪನೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ಟನು. And the village head, he had a big stomach and he was unable to dance anymore and he just fell down on the ground. ಎರಡು ಕೈಗಳನ್ನು ಜೋಡಿಸಿ, ಮಹಾರಾಯ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕಡಗವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೇವೆ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕೊಳಲು ಬಾರಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸು ಎಂದನು. So finally, because he couldn't dance and he fell down, he folded his hands and he requested him, saying, please, I will give you your bracelet. Now please stop playing the flute. ಕೊಳಲ ಜೋಗಿಗೆ ಇವನ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಕನಿಕರ ಹುಟ್ಟಿತು. And that ಕೊಳಲ ಜೋಗಿ, he felt very sad, he felt so much of pity on this village head. ಕೊಳಲು ಬಾರಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ಅವನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದನು. And he stopped playing his flute. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದನಿವಾರಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಳಲ ಜೋಗಿಗೆ ಇನಾಮು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ 200 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಂತಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅವನ ಮುಂದಿಟ್ಟರು. So once they all were able to come out of their tiredness and take a deep breath, all of them started collecting money so that they could give his prize money. And they collected it and kept it in front of him. ಆಗ ಜೋಗಿಯು ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಡು ನಸುನಕ್ಕು, ತಿರುಕನಾದ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಹಣವೇನು ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಊರ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಹಾಳು ಗುಡಿಯನ್ನು ಸರಿಪ ಮಾಡಿಸಿರಿ. So after they collect the money and kept it in front of him, he smiles and he says, I am a beggar, I don't need all this money. With this money, you make or you repair that ruined temple which is outside the village. ನನಗೆ ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಳಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. So he says, you promised me and then later cheated me. That is the reason you had to undergo so much of difficulty. ಇನ್ನಾದರೂ ಆಡಿ ತಪ್ಪಬೇಡಿ. So from now on, if you promise something, please do it. Please fulfill that promise. Don't cheat. ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ಹೊರಟು ಹೋದನು. He told this and he left that place. ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ಆ ಊರಿಗೆ ಇಲಿಯೂರು ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಳಲೂರು ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರು ಬಂದಿದೆ. So since then, the name of the village was Iliyuru. That name got changed to Kolaluru after this incident. So this is Kolala Jogi.